marchers! You know I love each of you, even when I ditch the meetings. I do. I adore you, and I adore what you brought. I adore the changes that we've made in ourselves and in each other. And I want to take just a moment and remember the marchers who have marched with us and who are not here now, especially my lady friends, Kathy and Deb and Jane and Tilly and Poppy and so many more. But I'm the one who writes the letters. I'm the scullery maid. I'm the one who's around camp trying to make the road a little easier. And we made it to Washington, D.C. We did it, we made it. So, a couple of things to clear up. First, I tip my hat to Ed Fallon, the founder of the march. He tried. Actually, I'm tipping Ed's hat to Ed. This is his hat. He started the march with this hat. This hat cradled the cranium that hatched the march. Teabag intact because Ed thought that he could throw it away. But in this throwaway society, it never ever really goes away. We'll pass the hat later as a fundraiser. But first, I want to share with you our last letter to President Obama. We've been doing this daily since Bruce's lovely wife helped us facilitate a meeting. And I said, let's do something. Let's tell the politicians these stories. How do we get it across? And she said, well, I don't know. How do we? Rosa. And I said, well, let's write to politicians. And she says, great, who's going to do that? And I said, I'll do that. So I harangue and I wheedle and I plead and I tease and I nudge. This letter that's going out, oh, by the way, I lost another notebook. This is my third one. And it had yesterday's letter. So I would suggest for the crew that we use Miriam's wonderful speech tonight and send that to President Obama as our Halloween letter. I don't want it. Give it to Liz. Okay. This letter is composed on the backside of a 2-month-old message that I had for the Heartland Institute. Champions of the deniers, ones who craft the message. So that's one side with an apology. Sorry about the stationery, Mr. President. It is the end of the march and stuff packed or lost is unavailable. So we'll use this scrap from 2 months ago. Conserve more, consume less. Saturday, November 1st, 2014. Dear President Obama, the Great March for Climate Action has finally made it to Washington, D.C. This will be our final daily missive to you. Rest assured, however, work will continue on our end. But instead of a mobile community walking and camping day after day, as we have been for the past 8 months, we will be like seeds blown back to our home communities to mobilize action there. And we hope to generate even more seeds of activism that will grow and bloom and continue to spread. Mr. President, we've walked our talk. We've spoken to ordinary people all across this country we all share. We walked down Embassy Road today and were reminded of all the other countries whose people share our planet and who mirror our concerns about environmental degradation. We also walked along K Street, home to big corporate lobbying offices, tall walls and formidable barriers to democratic interests. And what is that saying? money talks and bullshit walks. Don't be fooled by what the money is saying. We're living in an era of catastrophic climate change, and Mother Nature's currency is not linked to our Federal Reserve System or any country's monetary policy. If future generations could time travel, they'd stage an intervention. They'd come to visit us and beg us to adjust our attitudes and behaviors before the whole human species expires. Movement and messages. What choices will you make? And what will our global neighbors and our Mother Earth and our history books respond to the change and the choices you make? Sincerely and with love. And if you'd like to sign it, please do.